With Door County's 300 miles of shoreline, one of the things that you almost have to do when you're in Door County is get out on the water, and that's what we're doing today. Well, here we are today with Matt from Door County Adventure Rafting. Matt, how you doing this morning?
Doing great, John.
What are we going to do today?
Well, today we're going to check out Death's Door Passage. We're going to go all the way to the end of the peninsula by the Bluff Headlands County Park. We're going to see the range lights on Plum Island, as well as the lighthouse on Pilot Island, the old Coast Guard station at the north end of Plum Island. And then we'll also get the chance to see a shipwreck from 1867.
For people that are going to be coming on a tour with you, some suggestions or recommendations on, what to bring, what to wear, all that sort of stuff.
Well, when you're out here on the water, you never know what the conditions will be like, so you want to maybe just bring a jacket, sunscreen, and then a camera, definitely.
And in terms of time, length, this particular tour typically lasts about how long?
About 2 hours.
Okay.
It always depends on the weather.
What say we hop to it?
All right, let's go, John.
All right.
Well, the limestone bluffs that we have, along the shoreline here are basically compressed seabed. So going back about 2 billion years ago, this would have been the bottom of a warm sea, and there's a lot of spots around here that you can check out fossils that are actually embedded in the cliff and in the limestone.
If you look over here, you can see the rear range light that's out here on Plum Island. Up at the very top, you can see there's a red light in there. And there's also a Fresnel lens, which was custom made back in France in the mid to late 1800s. This one is sort of a unique design in that it has that center steel structure and then the supporting skeletal structure around it. In the 1960s, it became automated and they ran an underwater cable all the way to Northport. There's also a day shape out here. It's an orange board with a white stripe going down the middle of it. And that would be what you'd use in the daytime if you were out here. They developed the range light, which has 2 lights. There's the rear range light and then the front range light, which is about 500 yards down the shoreline. You'd line up those 2 lights or those 2 day symbols, and when they were both vertical, you'd know that you were going in a straight line. And then once you cleared Pilot Island and also the shoal out there, you could veer off the range and then head safely through Death's Door Passage around the point there at the end of the peninsula and into Green Bay.
The Pilot Island Lighthouse was built in 1858. And they built it there because it was a really small, low-lying island, and as a result, there were a lot of shipwrecks that happened out there. There are actually 3 that are right off the coast there of Pilot Island in about 20-25 feet of water.
The trees out here are all dead because of the cormorants, and if you look, you see those blackbirds that are hanging out in the treetops right now, and their feces is actually very toxic. Eventually it defoliates and then kills the trees that are out here. The foghorn that used to be out here in that old building without the roof on it was so loud that it would actually kill any nesting bird eggs that were out here. I think the DNR is actually trying to manage the cormorant population that's out here because their numbers are starting to get a little bit out of hand. Here we are now at the old Plum Island Life-Saving Station.
Was built in the 1800s, and the style of building that the life-saving station is called a Duluth-style life-saving station. Back in the 1800s, they would have actually been using rowboats to respond to emergencies on the water. I've seen old pictures of guys out there wearing the cork life jackets, standing around a rowboat that would probably be a little bit smaller than the raft that we're on. And on those days, they didn't get to go out on the nice calm days. They go out on days where there were 5 to 10 foot seas responding to emergencies on the water. Those guys really put their lives on the line.
As you can see, the building is starting to deteriorate a little bit, but I think the Friends group is trying to make efforts to restore the building. This is the only one that is left in the Great Lakes region. Right now, we're coming right up onto the shipwreck of the Grapeshot.
Sank in 1867. The boat actually ran aground about 3 or 4 other times before it sank by Plum Island. The cold water really does help preserve the shipwrecks, and there's some really great beginner snorkels that you can go on in Door County where you can check out some of these shipwrecks just by floating right over the top of them.
Well, Matt, thank you so very much. What an incredible time out there today. Now, tell me a little bit about when people can check you guys out.
Well, we do the Death's Door tour 2 days a week, and then we also operate out of the Fish Creek Town Dock 5 days out of the week.
Okay, and all the tour info at doorcountyadventurerafting.com, right?
That's correct.
All right, well, again, Matt, thank you so much. If you guys are in Door County, you absolutely got to check out the water and the great views from there. This is a great way to do it. So until next time, I hope you can get out here to explore the door. Woo-hoo!